What's going on, y'all? This your boy, Chris Simmons, coming to you with another podcast episode. And as always, I'm with my partner in crime. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Sandra Cruz. What's going on? Welcome back.
No, I feel like it's been forever, but I'm here.
It's definitely been a minute. Um, because I know you were out of the office last week because
Yeah.
I know you were dealing with a few things, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, you've been going through a lot. So definitely update the people. What's been happening?
I was a little bit sick. Um, and so I decided to take some time out. Um, Actually last week, I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean, these things do happen. So a friend of mine passed away last week. Unfortunately, and I'm gonna be quite frank and honest. I think that honesty goes a long way. And they found him next to apparently his car, I think it was, and he was not responsive. And so, from my understanding and what people have told me, is that he was dealing with some heavy, I guess, issues that nobody knew. He had a drug use I had no idea of, and so what we're assuming, because obviously none of us who are friends are going to know the forensic reports or anything that the family knows, is that it was due to drug use. He was very young, 35. And the last thing we said to each other was, well, actually, the last thing I said to him was, "Thank you for coming to eat with me," because we went to go have some tacos. Love you. And that was the last time I spoke to him. And on Saturday night, um, he passed away. Um, we're assuming it was that, which ties into whatever you're talking about today, mental health. But then I ended up in the emergency room. I wasn't feeling too hot the next day, so I mean, it's been a whirlwind of things. So I took some time out for myself, a mental health break, I called it, just to recuperate myself, um, and just make sure that I'm 100% before going back into the office and getting things rolling. But that's pretty much where I've been, and I feel good today. I can't lie, I feel really good. Back to work again, back on the podcast, um, but on the grind again. So that's what's been going on with me lately.
Well, you know what? You know, it's very important to be able to take that time uh to recuperate and to also, clear your mind, especially, what you've been going through. I know you've been going through a lot, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it's always good. And that goes for everybody out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're going through a situation to where it's like, man, I need a mental health break. You should not have to ask permission to take time that's yours. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people feel like they gotta ask permission. You gotta ask another grown person to be like, look, I need time. And unfortunately, there are some environments that people work in where their manager, their boss, or whatever, be like, nah, you gotta work. Listen, don't ever feel like you got to you always gotta be working because work is always gonna be there, so don't stress about working when the most valuable thing is your time and your health. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody, I mean, people at work, I mean, they ain't gonna tell you, oh, take this time. Oh, make sure you take your time. They ain't gonna remind you because they'd be happy for you to keep working for them constantly. And if you don't speak up and you don't say nothing and you don't, express like, hey, like this is what's going on with me mentally. I need a break. If you don't, take that time for yourself, nobody else gonna do it. So it's very important to take time when it's needed to yourself because you ain't gonna get it back. And that's what I was talking about on the last episode, when I did my solo episode. And I want to build off of it. Because I was even getting something out of my own episode. You know what I'm saying? I even went back and listened to my own episode. It was like, man, that's a powerful, powerful phrase. The title speaks for itself. Be the CEO of your own time.
Oh. Yeah. I want to step in because you said something so important. I used to work for so many years. And I think this all correlates anyway. I used to work for a lot of years with an office, an agency here. And one of the bosses of our department, he was very everybody has a different mindset. That's first and foremost, but he was very demanding, very manipulative, very he tried his outlook is that work is everything. So, his outlook was life life your life should be what's how do I say your life should um how can I say your life should be surrounded by work. In other words, instead of your life being your life, it should his mentality was work takes over life, in other words. So work is all you have. And so this led him to be that type of person. So if you were to take off and say, I had a sick day, they would call you and be like, if you can come in, which is totally, you're not supposed to do that. It could be quite ethically wrong. But my point is that with all that going on in the workspace, it was very difficult for a lot of us in the office to take off, to even be ourselves. He would even get upset when we would talk to other coworkers. It was just a very awful, awful setting, I want to say, to work in. And so when you said take time for yourself, it is so important because if you can't function mentally or 100%, you're not going to be able to function for your family, for your relationships, for yourself. The first person you should be functioning for is yourself, first and foremost. And doing so and taking the time out to actually take care of yourself, like you said, being the CEO is giving yourself some self compassion. And I think I needed that this week. And I think that's something that everybody should take into consideration. I don't think a lot of people take into consideration because what they do is they make work a priority when work doesn't make them a priority. Because in 5 seconds, they'll replace you. 5 seconds, anyone can replace you. It doesn't even have to, let's go outside of work. 5 seconds, someone else can replace you. You know, in 5 seconds, you can lose everything. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I learned this weekend. Getting yourself right and making sure that you're okay to function is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself mentally, physically, and one of the biggest gifts you can give to your family and friends. Because if you're functioning okay, they're going to be functioning okay. And I think that's something that being a coach, a life coach, I'm not perfect. And it took me a while to understand that because I always thought, well, whatever, I just need to keep going. And I ran myself to the hospital last week. I was literally physically just drained. And so I decided to take that 5 seconds out. And today I'm finally slowly picking up. And so taking that time out is the most important. I can't even stress that. I just can't.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes we get so busy, to where it's like we feel like we got to constantly be on the move. Um, to the point where it's like we running ourselves to the ground, man. It's like, I had, I think about my time last weekend. Um, it just made me realize, when I was out in Atlanta, out in Midtown, I was with a friend and we were just basically just exploring the city for real. I went down there, drove down there, and we added this restaurant called Cypress. And then
Follow me, Chris, follow me a second. I'm just going to plug in my computer. Go ahead.
oh, it's all good. But like I was saying, like we ate at this restaurant, and then after this restaurant, we went to the park. We took a walk, outside, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful night. We got on the birds. We got on little scooters, and we rode around
Oh,
the
yeah.
city for a little bit. And
Scoot,
then
scoot.
afterwards, we went to the Ponce Day Market or whatever it's called, and we walked around there. Got some ice cream. and we were just talking, we were just catching, and we were just having a great time. And being in that and just experiencing that made me realize, I'm like, man, this is what life's supposed to be about right here. Well, you ain't got to worry about paying bills. You ain't got to worry about this and that. Like, it just showed me how this is how you're supposed to spend your life is, by being, building relationships with others and also going out and doing activities that you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is about. And that's why, it's important how you spend your time. Sometimes you got to be selfish with your time. You see what I'm saying? It's like you think about, for example, like certain days, like holidays, for example, or birthdays. People look forward to them. But if you think about it, every day you get 24 hours. And I keep saying that because here's where I'm going with it. You get 24 hours each day, but what makes one day different from the other? Why is it that when it's your birthday, and it was my birthday yesterday on Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? So why is it that birthdays, holidays, weddings, anniversaries, all these different celebrations, why is it so unique? The reason is because of what you do on that day that makes it special than any other day, versus like what so-called a regular Monday. You see what I'm saying? It's like we always look forward to those moments because we already have a plan. We already anticipate doing something that is going to be special.
Yeah.
But my question is this: why can't every day be a celebration?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Why is it that we only feel good, on certain days, but every other day of the year, it's like, oh, it's just going through the motions. Oh, it's Monday. I gotta get up, go to work. Oh, Tuesday, I gotta get up, do the same thing. Oh man, it's 50 more days till Christmas. Can't wait till Christmas till I finally get to enjoy myself. But Christmas is only one day out the year. Your birthday is only one day out the year. Your anniversary only one day out the year. You get like 364 more days. What you gonna do with that? And I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to help y'all because I need y'all to understand. Every day that you live, you can make it a celebration. You don't have to wait for a certain day or a time. You listen, if you want to celebrate on Monday, a random Monday, do that. You see what I'm saying? Nobody got to tell you how to spend your time in your day. You think that because you have been told that the reality is every day of most of the days of your life, you're supposed to be working. Just like your boss. Your boss told you, hey, your life's supposed to be about work, getting money, paying bills, and repeating. But somebody has told you that reality. But again, you have the ability to shape what you want your reality to be.
It's crazy that you say that. I think that the reason why people wait for Christmas and these birthdays, these special moments to say, oh, now I'm going to celebrate. Now I'm going to relax. Now I'm going to, is because they don't realize that the moment in front of them is the one that counts.
Mm.
When you start living in the moment and you start cherishing those moments like you did in that moment when you went to the Ponce Inlet, when you went to all those places, I think it's called Ponce Inlet, but whatever. I know where you went.
Yeah,
I
Ponce
know
Day Market. Yeah.
right, Ponce Day Market. A lot of people don't realize those are the moments you've got to cherish. Each moment that you live, you have to cherish. A lot of times people look at this view of I got to pay this bill, I've got to go to work, it's Monday, oh my gosh, only 5 more days, and this is how anxiety starts to build up. And so they start, oh my god, I got to pay this if I don't go to work, and this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen, instead of thinking, okay, time out, what am I doing right now? What is this moment about? What am I feeling right now? And I like how you pointed out how you were with your friend and you were like, this is it. You took time to see what the moment was all about and to say, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. In the moment that I'm living right now, this is life. And a lot of people don't do that. What they do is they fill their mind with clutter about X, Y, and Z that needs to get done that hasn't even happened yet. They always try to fulfill a future that hasn't happened yet. And they become sick, anxious. They end up in the hospital like me. And we're all human. So I put myself in the same boat. I literally had to say, okay, wait a minute, Sandra. If you don't calm down and you don't take some time out for yourself, you're going to get really sick physically. And so I chose to take that time out. I chose to actually communicate more with God within these days. I actually chose to pray. I actually chose to lay in my bed physically and just take the time out, pray, listen to worship, um, whatever makes a person feel at peace. But I chose to do that because I knew that my health was much more important than anything else. And so when we don't do that, it ends up spilling out into every area of our lives. And waiting for Christmas or waiting for something to celebrate, we should be celebrating every single moment that we have and feeling joyous that we're here, that we were given this opportunity, because in a blink of an eye, it could be all gone. Or in a blink of an eye, you can find yourself searching for external vices to quiet all that anxiety and all that you have going on in the brain. And that could be destructive.
Mhm. And I think the main message that I want y'all to take away is to make every day special. That's going to be the title. I'm gonna make that the title for the episode, but I'm also going to challenge you to make that your saying for the week. Make every day special because, like I said last week, your time, the time that you get, you ain't gonna get that back. So you might as well stop living for special occasions and just make the opportunity that you have special. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? I know that we look at calendars all the time. We like, oh, okay, on this day, this is my anniversary. On this day, this Thanksgiving. On this day is Christmas. See, we look at calendars and we're like, okay, this is the day that's going to be the best day of my life because this event is happening on this day. So and before I can go out and live and really enjoy myself, I gotta suffer now. I gotta put myself through suffering, and then I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this one day, and I'm gonna go back to suffering. But I challenge you every day, do something for yourself. Yesterday, I decided, you know what? I decided I'm gonna go get a massage. Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Yes, ma'am. I went. Listen, I decided I'm
I
gonna
love
treat
it. I love it.
myself
Yes.
to a birthday massage because I wanted to. And did I have to work? Yes. But I took time throughout my day and I said, you know what? I am going to schedule a massage for an hour. Why? And I didn't ask nobody permission. I said, I'm going to just do it. Why? Because I am the boss of my own time. I don't
Right.
have to ask nobody permission to do what I want to do things that I enjoy because life is meant to be enjoyed. So do not spend it doing activities that are not going to give you fulfillment or purpose going forward.
Say that again. Oh my God, that are not
I,
going to give you fulfillment. Say it again.
I said life is meant to be enjoyed. So do not spend it doing activities that are not going to give you fulfillment or purpose. I'm preaching. I'm preaching. I
Yeah,
can
I
feel
love
it.
it.
I
I love
feel
it.
it. I feel it. I feel it. Because
I
listen,
think,
go ahead.
Chris, I love how you said that because I think a lot of times people give priority to activities that don't give fulfillment and peace, and they think it does. I think when you said that, I thought about my friend. How many times did I watch him give fulfillment or I mean, give not fulfillment, sorry, give priority to activities that weren't being fulfilling for him. And I didn't even realize what he was going through because it was so silenced. It was so silenced. Nobody knew. Nobody knew if there was depression. Nobody knew. But now that I look back and I can see all the activities, he would call me, be like, "Hey, we're here. We're here. You know, we're doing this, we're doing that." And it was a lot of drinking. And I used to be like, "Ah, no, I'm at home, I'm working on a podcast, or or I've got a meeting, or you know what, I'm gonna watch a movie, or you know what, I'm cooking something," because for me those are fulfilling activities. Or no, I'm gonna take a walk around. There's like a lake by my house. It's not really a lake, it's a laguna. It is a laguna. So, I've been, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. And a lot of times I saw that the activities weren't fulfilling for me. Um, and I look back now, and I think that he was trying to quiet all these voices and all this loneliness. And the one key thing he didn't realize, and I think to myself, maybe I could have helped him realize it, but you know, I didn't know, was that taking care of you is number one. And that doesn't mean, that means really taking care of yourself, doing things that really fulfill you, such as the massage you had, such as taking the time out to sort out what's going on in here mentally. If you need to take a couple of days, taking the time out to really be with yourself and making sure that you're 100% before it's too late. And for me, the message I took away from his passing was just that. And that's why I decided to do what I did for myself this week. I took time out. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything except being in my home, worshiping, praying, getting my cleaning my house, making sure that it's clean, clear of clutter, and clearing my mind.
Mm.
And that's why I think it's so important to do things for yourself, like massages, and not waiting for one day a year or Christmas to be able to say, well, you know what? It's Christmas. I owe myself this. No, you owe it to yourself every single day. Because at the end of the day, you are your best friend. You are your best provider. You are the only one who has you. You are, you're your best friend. I can't even say it enough. You're
Mm.
the only one who's going to hold you up when all else fails. All you have is yourself, and that's it. So if you're not functioning at 100%, nothing's going to work.
Mm. Amen. That's facts right there. And for those of you who are trying to figure out, like, well, how do I allow myself to have the time to do the things I want? Why don't you just block out? I challenge you, like, if you got the calendar, if you use a calendar, right? I challenge you to block out time for yourself to do something every day that you want, that you enjoy, for at least an hour doing something that is going to give you fulfillment or give you purpose, right? And then if it works, hey, continue to keep doing that and continue to keep putting it on your schedule every single day. Every single day, you should be spending time doing something that's going to give you fulfillment and purpose. And again, like I said, you got to be selfish for your time. So if you go back and you look on your calendar and you happen to see, like, okay, between 1 and 2, I'm doing this activity that's not giving me any fulfillment or purpose, then you got to take it off your calendar. You ain't got to put it on there. You ain't got to feel obligated to put something on there that you don't want to do. Like that. That's what blows me, is how, like, people will be like, man, I'm busy. Look at all this stuff I got to do on my calendar. I'm like, is all that stuff important? Is it so
Right,
important?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Is it something that
It's
you
like,
want to
what's
do?
more important? Yeah, it's like, what's
Yeah,
more important, me or those things? If I'm not at 100%, none of these things will get done. So what's more important?
exactly. So it's like you gotta think, like, if I don't do this, is it really going to affect me to a great extent? And that's what you got to ask yourself when before you put all these things on your schedule, act talking about you busy. Why don't you evaluate? Okay, what is it that is on my schedule that is like, it's somewhat important or not very important, to where it's like, I don't need to do that. Like, it's not an urgent activity, right? And there was I think my Eric Thomas had mentioned how we have to categorize our activities, to not very important, to someone important, to very
Yeah.
important, to emergency. So it's like you got 4 categories. You got to determine, okay, which are the ones that are not important or somewhat important. And those are the activities that can wait, because we think everything is important, everything is urgent. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing that's urgent. But there are things that are really not. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
but you are the one that knows that, because I don't know your schedule. I really don't.
Yeah.
Everybody got different schedules, so I don't know. But you are the one that knows, okay, I can wait to do this. Like, I ain't gotta do this today. Like, this can get done,
Yeah.
some other time.
It's so funny that you said it because I went through like a small webinar the other day, and um, she's another coach, and she was giving like, I think was it 30 days of, and one of the things she talked about is scheduling. Um, Block out your times. For me, like you said, I don't know everybody's schedule, but for me, the number one most important thing in the morning that I block out is worship for me. So I worship because that gets my day centered. And so from there, I even block out breakfast. I even block out, and I make sure to stick to that. So it's so important. And like you said, what is urgent? Is it really urgent that you have to go buy those sneakers, or is it more urgent that you need to take 5 minutes for yourself to sit and pray, or to sit and just be one with nature, for that calmness, for that inner 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 calmness, really, that healing, that what is urgent, what's a 1 and what's a 10 on your schedule. A lot of people, I don't think, see that. They just look at their day and go, oh, I have so much to do, and wake up and the first thing is go 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 go, and by the end of the day they're exhausted, hating life, going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I've never understood that either. I'll be honest with you. People say, I was cleaning my house till 1 o'clock. You kidding me? My sleep is more important than cleaning my house at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to sleep 8 hours. So again, it all depends what your priorities are. And we would hope that your number one priority would be you.
Right,
Because again, if you can't function, then none of the other stuff that you got to do is going to function or is going to get done.
right. And that's why I'm a big advocate for working out in the mornings, because I don't do anything else. Like, you know how people be like, man, I can't do nothing without my coffee. That's me when it comes to working out. And that's the same, like when I work, throughout the day, when I'm answering emails, having to answer emails and do all this stuff, I don't start my day with those folks until I get my workout in. Because why? Because that's a priority to me. That's urgent. That's urgent. That's something I need to do, because it gives me physical and mental strength to be able to help me function throughout the day. And I know we got 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up real quick. But anyway, I'm just selfish like that. And my people know, the people I work with, I'm like, listen, I said, if you email me anytime in the morning, I'm not gonna answer that. Because why? Because I'm gonna be at the gym working out. And I'm selfish like that. Sometimes you gotta take authority. You can't let people run your life telling you, oh, you gotta do this for me right now. Oh, can you do this? Even though, like, sometimes people feel like, oh, they gotta give up they lunch break, or they gotta give up their time with their family to go do something else. I'm like, bro, that people can figure out on their own. People
Yeah.
grown. You can figure it out. especially people at work for real. It's like, bro, people sometimes like when we at work, and I get it because people, depending on what type of job you got, especially if you got like, a remote job where you answer emails and you're trying to talk to people, people going people, kind of get that false sense of, oh, like if I don't answer this, it's not gonna be good, they're gonna get mad.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
gonna get
man,
mad.
most time people can wait.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? People can wait. It's okay if you don't answer the email right away, man. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, they can wait. Your time is more valuable. So you got to be selfish. Don't let people like control your time because again, they taking time away from you, from your family, from your life. They don't care. They don't care. They don't know how you live. They don't know your family. They just like, hey, like I need this right now. But sometimes you gotta let them know, like, hey, listen, I'll get back to you. Like not everything you gotta answer on the fly. You can just be like, look, I'll get back to you when I get back to you. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? We just gotta take, we gotta be selfish. And we gotta
yeah,
understand like what is it that we value more than anything in this world.
exactly. I mean, yeah, and you should be number one. What we value should be us, should be you. You should value yourself more than anything in this world. To be 100% working at your optimal, the way you were created to work, because you were created to be 100% tip top. You weren't created to work half. You weren't created to work sick. You weren't created to work, second to everybody. You were created to work first and foremost. Um, and it's important. If you are not working 100% and your optimal self, then what do you have? Where do you go? What do you do? I mean, nothing's going to get done. There's going to be anxiety, stress, and literally, ultimately, sickness. And so you don't need to answer that email like you said right away. You don't need to rush to things that don't need to get done right away. You know what you need to do is make sure that you're fully functioning. The world's not going to cave in if things don't happen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the way people want them to. And we live in this society that pushes us to always be, oh, you gotta go, always be on the run, always be fast paced. When in reality, fast paced for what? No one has died yet from taking the time out to take care of themselves. And so take care of yourself. Make sure you're fully functioning.
Amen. We're gonna and we're gonna wrap it up with that.
Oh,
Um,
you're on mute. You was on mute for a second.
oh, okay. I should be off mute now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I said, we're gonna wrap it up with that. We got about a little over 5 minutes to go. But yeah, that was a great point. And again, if you ain't taking nothing away from this, man, just hopefully you take this away. Just make every day special and be selfish at your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Spend time doing stuff you like, spend time, making every day count, by doing the things that's gonna give you fulfillment and purpose. That's what I really want you to take away from this episode. But anyway, man, it's been a great episode, man. You already know what to do, man. Give us a follow on the gram. You know what I'm saying? Definitely help spread our message. You know what I'm saying? We got great content. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, give us some feedback. Let us know you really vibing with this stuff, man. Is this stuff helping you? Is this stuff allowing you to, be able to help change your mindset and, really see things in a different way? Let us know, man. You already know my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Disinfecting Your Life. That's no spaces, no capitals. Once again, that's Disinfecting Your Life, no spaces, no capitals. Also, follow my girl Sandra on IG at Complete Confidence Coaching. So again, that is at Complete Confidence Coaching. And I always make sure to tag her on my posts that I do every Monday. So if you're looking forward, check out my Instagram and then go under my feed. And once you see her on there, I always got her linked in my post. So definitely go check her out, man. Like I said, man, we connect with us, let us know, like I said, hit us up and DM, help spread our message for real. Because I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of negative stuff going on out here. There's a lot of I'm just gonna say a lot of BS that gets spread. that you see a lot of BS on Instagram that don't make sense. and ain't helping nobody. And what we trying to do, we really trying to help the people. We trying to spread positive messages that's going to
Yeah.
really help change the mind, change the perspectives of people. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to spread positivity. So again, spread, man. If a whole dog can get a million, can get a million, can get a million likes and reshares for taking a dump, come on, man. Come on,
Right.
man. You're telling me a dog can get a million likes and views for just using the bathroom on the grass. People are like, oh, that's so cute. Come on now, you can go ahead and spread this message. So I'm just saying, y'all can go ahead and spread this message, man. So definitely go ahead and reshare, send it to your friends, your family, you know what I'm saying? And just be able to continue to spread the positivity, because that's how it spreads. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, continue to put it out there. But as always, check out my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. I got my book, Step Towards Your Purpose. Hopefully, Sandra, you in the process of getting it, because I know you keep mentioning it, but you still talk. Y'all talk, but you still ain't get it yet.
I'm always trying to like, yeah, I will. I'll get it. I'll get it. I haven't done so yet. I have to be honest. I won't lie. I will be getting it. The day I get it, I think we're gonna have a party.
Y'all hear that? How long? Hey, if I had $1 for every time she said that, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be a millionaire for every time she keeps saying she gonna get it. I'd be rich. I'd be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, I was playing. But anyway, like I said, go check out my book. My connect calls, my merch. My channels. Everything's under the link tree. Everything that you need to know. But yeah, I mean, that's really about it, man. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right now. This your boy Chris Simmons alongside partner in crime, Sandra Cruz. We out, y'all. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Y'all. Peace.